Hey Night Nation, this is Miss Med from the high school. I am here all by myself with the exception of Miss Chasen, who's still working in the back room, getting ready for you guys to come back to school. We're excited for the announcement that Ms. Hedger and Mr. Healy made last night about school starting back in person, at least for some of what we're able to do. So I wanted to reach out and give you guys a heads up on some things that will be a little bit different at the high school and what we're hoping to keep the same. So I'm going to share with you this presentation, and I'll come back on my screen towards the end and let you know what else we're going to be talking about. So I wanted to welcome you all back. And I think in the springtime, I got into the habit of sort of sharing a daily dad joke. And I think the dads out there might be offended, so maybe I could call it a mom joke. But I thought I'd start with one that we didn't do last spring, and want to remind you that I still have a bad sense of humor. So what kind of school do you go to if you're a giant? You go to high school. What kind of school do you go to if you're a surfer? You go to boarding school. And then what kind of school do you go to if you're King Arthur? You go to night school. You're welcome. I got lots of those good ones left, so I'll keep bringing them out. But welcome back. So as I said, Night Nation's returning to school. And similar to what Ms. Hedger and Mr. Healy said, we've got 4 priorities and goals that we're trying to achieve. We're going to make sure that everybody stays healthy and well and safe, staff and students, your teachers, your ed techs, those people. We're going to balance academics with social and emotional needs of students. We're going to respond to new information and refine and adjust our plan if we need to. So this is our best thinking right now, but if something comes along that helps us do something better, we're going to do that. And then we're going to develop appropriate plans for the developmental needs of our students. So for me, that's focusing on what's happening here at the high school. So let's just be clear, there is no playbook for starting school in the age of the coronavirus. So we are responding to information and guidance as it comes to us. We're doing the very best thinking that we know how to do in the circumstances. And we know it's going to be different, but we're going to work hard to keep our community together and have some fun. There's already been a group of teachers here planning and trying to think of those very things to start the school year. So there's still parts of our school that feel the same, even though a lot is different. So in terms of our class schedule, which really is going to be the focus of what I'm talking about right now, what's going to stay the same? So we are going to try and offer most of the courses that all of you guys selected last spring. That's our goal. We are going to try and make sure you can earn the same number of credits in a year that you would normally. The most, if you took a class every single block, would be 8. If you took 6 classes and 2 academic supports, it would be 6 credits, but those numbers should stay the same. If you are planning to go to LRTC, you still can do that. And your roundtable will still be together, and our goal is to keep them together for the days of in-person learning so that you can still work on building community. So for the class schedule, what are the changes? So we are going to run Blue Day classes semester 1, and we're going to run Silver Day classes semester 2. So that means you'll have the same class every day. So that reduces the number of classes that you guys and teachers need to prepare for. It eases the potential transition if we have to go between in-person learning and remote learning later in the year. So your full credit class will meet for a full semester. So if, for example, you're taking Math 2, it would be all of semester 1 or all of semester 2. Your half credit classes, things like health or clay or intro to TV, those will meet for 1 quarter. So you'll be able to take 2 electives during 1 block in a semester than you would have just been able to take 1. So the good news is I think it will give you a lot more choices to add to your schedule. So when you come back to school, we are going to start with just Blue Day classes. So Ms. Hedger and Mr. Healy talked about hybrid learning. So here's the big picture for the high school. So all the students will be divided into 2 groups. For 2 days, you will be here at the high school doing in-person learning. For 2 days, you will be remote learning. And the word for this is asynchronous, which means you can do the work on your own time and meet the due dates that the teachers have given you. 1 day a week on Wednesdays, all students, no matter what group you're in, will participate in remote learning synchronously, which means in real time. We'll have a bell schedule for that day, similar to last spring when we had a schedule for each day. There will be a very small group of students in school 4 days a week, but you will be contacted by the school if that applies to you. There'll be very specific and special circumstances for those students. If you are an LRTC student and you were going to be going to LRTC on a blue day, which is mostly seniors, you will go Monday through Friday, all of semester 1. If you are a silver day LRTC student, which is mostly juniors, you will go Monday through Friday on semester 2. And LRTC is just like us in that Wednesdays would be remote learning for everyone. So we're matching our schedule with Lewiston and Auburn to make sure that we're all working together to make sure you have what you need. So let me give you an example. If you are a student in Group A, this is what the schedule would look like. So on Monday and Tuesday, you would be at school following a regular schedule of Blue Day classes. So you can see here on Monday and Tuesday, this is just an example. You would take Health First block, then you might be in band, lunch and roundtable, and then English class, and then history class. And those are your classes for the entire semester. So you don't see your French class or you don't see your math class. Those will be second semester when we have Silver Day classes. On Thursday and Friday, the students in Group A would be working from home. And what you can see in that list of requirements is that attendance will be required, and attendance will be by you doing your work. The remote work will be on your individual schedule, so you'll be able to use your time as you think you best can use it. Some classes may require you to attend remotely, Zooming in. Classes I can think of right now might be if you're taking a college class here or if you're taking an AP class. Those classes, because they have so much to get done, you may have to Zoom in on those days, but we would tell you individually. And some more information will come on that for sure. And then Wednesday is the full remote day for everyone. So we'll give you a bell schedule for that day. Attendance is required, and you'll work according to the bell schedule, and you will be Zooming in with teachers. The class will be live. So a little bit of what was in the spring and a little bit different. So if you're a student in Group B, I'll just go through this. So instead of being in school on Monday and Tuesday, you would be remote on Monday and Tuesday. Thursday and Friday would be the 2 days that you're in school. And then Wednesday, like the Group A students, would be for everybody to be remote. So what are some plans that are going to come in the next weeks? We got to go through all our safety protocols and plans that we need to go through with everyone. Just as a heads up, it's probably a good idea to start getting used to wearing a mask. You know, when you're watching Netflix, wear your mask every time you watch Netflix, because that'll slowly build up your ability to do that. Think about it as training for a sport, or if you wanted to run a 5K, you got to get better at it in small parts. So we all know wearing a mask all day long is going to be a trick. We will be planning mask breaks, but we know it's going to be hard because we're going to have to do it too. But I've been working on building up my endurance. So use whatever makes sense to you. Every time you're texting with friends, put your mask on. Every time you're watching Netflix, put your mask on so you can slowly get better at it. We're going to be sending out the details around remote learning and the schedule and what the requirements are. Just so everyone knows, we're going to have regular grades this fall. We're not going to be doing the pass-fail that we did in the spring. That was what we did in an emergency, but we have time to plan ahead this time. So all the grades will go back to normal. We are going to be working on schedules starting on Friday. So it's very possible that your schedule will change. So please, if you're counting on what your Blue Day classes are right now, they might be different. So be patient with us as we work on that. We're going to send out a schedule for what the opening days will look like so that you can plan for that. And the hope is that we're able to offer some kind of co-curricular and extracurricular activities We're not quite sure what that will look like yet, but we know that's an important part for a lot of you of why you like school. So we want to make sure that we can hopefully do that. So that is what is happening. I think it's important for you to know that we're all in this together. We're all going to be as safe as all of us can follow the guidelines and make sure that we're all doing our part. But we are super excited to see you back in school. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us if you have questions or concerns. You can contact me, Mr. Flynn, your guidance counselor. And then be sure to take the family survey that was sent out by the superintendent by this Friday, because that will help us start to firm up the plans that we need to make for the end of the year. All right, so I'm very excited to see all you guys. I hope this information was helpful, and reach out if you have questions. Have a great day. Bye.